That's a lot of peanut seed. All right, and welcome back to another video. Today, the plan is to be done with Virginias and move on to runners. But before we switch the whole planter over to different seed plates and everything, we still need to plant 60 more acres of Virginias. And I'm just in the barn here now, looking over all of our seed that we have. And the conclusion that I've come to is they've brought too much Virginias. Because we got 4 bags left right there of Virginias, 6 more bags right here of Virginias, and then another 5 more bags right here. So they definitely brought too much. We were only gonna plant 60 more acres, and I think we're gonna only use 4 bags, give or take. It'll be somewhere around that 4 bag mark. That's how much we're gonna use on this last field. Once we're done with that 60 acres, we gotta switch the whole planters over. It's not much, it's literally just a seed plate. We don't need to change any of the brushes or anything. So as far as that's concerned, it shouldn't take that long, but we do gotta empty all the seed out of the planter. And hopefully that's not gonna take too long. But that's on the agenda today, and start planting some runners. We'll see how much runners we'll actually plant today. We'll see how far we'll get. Maybe we'll knock a circle after switching to runners. Maybe we'll knock out a circle or not, I don't know. Guess we'll find that when it comes to it. But for now, this seed tender that I'm carrying with me on the back of my truck that I hooked onto, that one is empty. We finished planting all the Virginias out of that seed tender. So since that one's empty, I can fit runners in that one. The other seed tender still has like, I think 300 or 500 pounds of Virginias left in it. And it's the same seed that we're gonna be planting at this next 60 acres. So that planter or that seed tender will put 4 bags in. Hopefully that'll be enough to finish that last field. And then this seed tender might as well get a head start on it and start putting some runners in that seed tender. And we have a couple of forklifts on the farm. This one, however, can't go high enough. If we hook on the forks to one of the totes to empty the bag into the seed tender, it doesn't go high enough to actually go on top of the seed tender. So we had this contraption made, or someone made it for us, and raises it just that much higher. And it's a little sketchy because of how far away it is from the forklift or from the actual forks, but it works pretty good. That, and what's really nice about it, I actually like that it's so far out that way. You don't have to drive so close. With the other forklift, you have to literally hit the trailer before you're finally in the center of the seed tender, where you can actually cut the bag open and actually get it all on the trailer. Cut this bag open. Got my knife. We don't ever need to keep the bag. Bags are trash anyway. Seed tenders are loaded up. One's headed to the field. That tractor is filled up on diesel. I already filled up yesterday. I think we're ready to plant the last 60 acres of Virginias.
With all the crazy rain chances that we've been having, it's like 40% chance, maybe 50% chances, and it's very low, but almost every single day of the week has some sort of chance of rain or a chance of thunderstorm or hail or something. So we don't want to risk it. So at the end of every day, we've just been putting the lids back on. Then whenever we want to start planting, we just take the lids back off, either put them on someone's truck, or in this case, we're here close to the barn, so we just put them here in the barn. I don't really feel like getting a bunch of water in here and having all of this gunk up and having to clean that out. Yeah, thanks. No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Double it and give it to the next person. They can deal with it. Enough for 60 acres. It's actually, I accidentally filled up a couple of gallons more than what I wanted to, but it's still for 60 acres. I'll just have to open up my rate just a little bit. And this next field, it's always a little low on iron, so we're gonna open our boxes all the way, and 60 is wide open. The numbers do go higher, but the gate in there doesn't change after 60, so wide open it is. Putting a little extra iron on the field. And 60 acres done. Now just head to the barn, empty out our boxes, and change seat plates. I actually checked my boxes and I was emptier than I thought, so I just quickly dumped it back in the seat tender. So now just to head back to the barn and switch seat plates. New seat plates going in. Smaller seat. Let me show you the old plate. I can do all this one-handed. And there's gonna be a bunch of leaves in here. Yep. That's the thing with Virginias. You always get a bunch of leaves everywhere. I'm gonna sit you guys down for a second. There you go. These are a lot bigger. You can tell. You can kind of tell the difference. Yeah, Virginia seeds are pretty huge. So with this, you know, smaller seeds, we're actually gonna be able to do a lot more acres with one fill up than we were able to do previously. I need two hands for that. Sit you guys down again. There we go. And put the cover back on. These are not as fancy as the newer ones. Newer ones, you can swap out seat plates pretty easily. The old style, it still takes a few minutes. Especially if you're doing it all one-handed. Golly, this one cannot close that. But that's one row you're done right there. Now just 15 more of them. Seat plates are changed, not just a quick maintenance break. Yeah, got a little wobbly one. We're gonna we're here at the barn, so gonna fix it real quick. And a little bearing swap, good as new. All right, let's change. We're still doing peanuts, but now we're not Virginia plates. A runner, that's the right plate. We're just gonna wait till tomorrow to plant. We still got to get a few more things ready anyway for the rest of the runners, planting those peanuts. Because regardless of what happens today, we either finish into the 60 acres here by these two fields, and if we finish in the 60 acres tomorrow, the only thing we're going to do anyway is just finish another circle and a half. It's always very annoying and inconvenient to just fill up just for 30 acres each, because if we're planting 60 acres, I have to fill up for 30 acres, and he has to fill up for the other 30. So that's a little bit annoying. So we're just gonna instead get everything ready. It's very, very stormy, windy, and lots of chance for rain, and there's clouds all over the place. We've got a couple of sprinkles and everything. Too many variables. So we'll start fresh, bright and early tomorrow morning. And the next morning, then we're finally ready to go. Ah, he spilled it over. Right as I turn on the camera, he makes a mess. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyways, it rained a little bit last night, so actually, good thing that we did quit whenever we did. It didn't rain a lot right here, but all the other acres, or a lot of the other acres where we did plant peanuts, it actually rained really good there. Well, one field got, it was very, very scattered. One field got 1.7 inches. And then a couple of the other fields got just 0.7. So one got an inch more than the rest. But we're very, very appreciative nonetheless. It was very, very nice. I love it. It was a good start to the day, waking up with some rain. So we're very happy about it. So we got the front tanks barely filled up with inoculant. So we're gonna head to the field and fill up on some peanut seed and start getting to planting. And gotta prime it first. New peanut seed. Boxes are empty. Gotta definitely turn that a couple of times. And then let's also prime my liquid while we were at it. One more time for good measure. Alright, seed hydrogen. Yep, looking at all the rows. Yep. We're good. Now looking at the liquid. Good. Yep, we're good. Yeah, that's a first. Almost every single morning I've had at least one tip closed, sometimes two, but the fact that none were closed, I like it. It's a good start to this morning. Looks a lot better than the Virginias. Those bars, they tend to stay a lot nicer in the middle. And not as much all over the place. I like that. 60 acres are done. And we realized we don't have to fill up none near as often. My cousin was the test dummy, and he tried doing 3 rounds instead of the typical 2 that we do. And he was able to do 3 rounds. So I just did 2, and then I filled up, and he did another round. So I had to fill up 1 extra time than he did. But now we're done with the 1/2. I'm gonna fill up anyway. Yeah, I'm practically full. But go to that half. Looks like we can, if we each do 6 rounds, then 1 field is done. So each fill up twice and 1 field is done. And this half always needs a lot more iron. So we had turned them up but we're gonna turn all these back down to 45 and use less on the second half of the field. Let's see, how much should we actually use? Well, that's not bad for 60 acres. And we're all the way full. I feel like we should have used more, but they can't go more. Oh well. Oh wait, never mind, that was for 30 acres. Forgot that there were 2 planters working on 60 acres. So yeah, they're all, yeah, double that used on 60 acres. Yeah, that's actually quite a bit. I think we used a good amount on this first half. This half of the field always gets a lot more yellow, so a little extra iron, that ain't gonna hurt it. Yes, I probably could be using the actual section control, but I like to manually see where I want to turn off my sections. I can usually tell better than the computer can, because I can see where the pivot watered and the computer cannot, and the boundary is... We've been making new boundaries recently in a lot of fields, but I don't know, I feel like I can never trust it fully, so I just turn it off myself. Now we're actually moving along quick. Runners make a big difference on productivity. Just filled up another time. We just finished 180 acres and our back boxes are now empty, so we're gonna head to the barn here, fill up on some hydrohume, and then we'll do the last 60 acres. It seems like for planting 60 acres, each planter has to fill up twice. We can do exactly 15 acres with one fill up, and then we're pretty much empty. So that's really nice. Any more seeds to the acre, and we probably would lose productivity due to not being able to do an extra pass down the field. But I doubt I wouldn't see us planting more than 72,000 seeds an acre. It's a good amount for our area. It's not too low, not too high either, so we're gonna stick it at 72,000. Gonna go fill up on some hydrohume and then we'll continue on right here. This is going to be the last pass for these 2 fields. And actually, they're actually pretty close to accurate. I got 60 acres done on this field. I always thought these fields were closer to 125 acres, 128, but I guess this one right here is pretty much right at 120. So not a bad day. This is a really good productive day. Not in a, I don't think any issues. I don't think we had any issues at all. So really good day, loving it. Hopefully we can have the same day tomorrow. No issues. Fingers crossed. But before I park the tractor anywhere, might as well top up on fuel. I'm only like 3/4 ways. I feel 3/4 way full. Only used about a quarter tank. But doesn't hurt to top off. Plus the next fields we're going to, they're a couple of miles down the road, and I don't really feel like coming back to the barn if all of a sudden I would need to fill up. So filling up now while we're here at the barn. Also gonna grease it, clean my air filter. It's still early today, so might as well get everything ready, and we can get an early start tomorrow morning again. Or at least that's the plan. So let's hope we get smooth sailing for the next couple of days. We got another 240 acres to go, and after that a 120 and a couple of small ones, and then we got to move back south and do one more 240 acres, and that's going to be the last of our peanuts this year. So we're getting close to done. We should, if all goes good and we don't get rained out or anything, we should finish by the end of the week. Today is Wednesday. We should be able to finish by the end of the week if no issues. So fingers crossed, wish us good luck. As for this video, as always, I do appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.